The wind rattled the windows of the small cabin as the lantern flame trembled, throwing long shadows across the wooden walls. Outside, the prairie lay quiet under a moon pale as bone. Inside, Jacob Cole stood stiffly near the door, hat in his hands like a man waiting for judgment. Mary sat on the edge of the bed, her white dress simple, unadorned. No lace, no silk, just clean cotton and courage stitched together. Her fingers twisted in her lap, as if holding herself in place. "You don't have to stay standing," she said softly. Jacob swallowed. He'd faced gunmen, drought, and death without blinking. This was different. He crossed the room slowly, boots heavy on the floorboards, every step careful, like the ground might give way beneath him. They had married that morning. No crowd, no music, just a preacher, two witnesses, and a promise spoken plain. Mary had come west with nothing but a trunk and a past she never spoke of. Jacob had been alone, so long the silence had started answering him back. She lifted her eyes to him then, honest and frightened. "Be gentle," she whispered. "I've never done this before." The words hit him harder than any bullet ever had. Jacob set his hat down and knelt in front of her instead of reaching for her. The lantern light caught the lines in his weathered face, the scars earned from years of surviving instead of living. "Mary," he said quietly, "I won't do a thing you don't want. Not tonight. Not ever." Her breath hitched. She hadn't expected that. No one had ever stopped before. He took her hands, not to claim them, but to warm them. His touch was slow, deliberate, like he was learning a language he never thought he'd speak. The storm inside him eased. The loneliness that had followed him across miles of dust finally loosened its grip. Outside, the wind softened. Mary nodded just once, not in fear, but in trust. They sat there for a long moment, listening to the night, to the creak of the cabin, to their own breathing, finding the same rhythm. When he finally rose beside her, it was with care, with reverence, like a man setting down his weapons at last. The lantern dimmed. The prairie kept its secrets. By morning, sunlight spilled through the window, painting the room gold. Jacob woke first, afraid for a heartbeat that it had all been a dream. But Mary was there, asleep beside him, peaceful, real. He smiled, something he hadn't done in years. Outside, the frontier waited, still harsh, still unforgiving. But inside that small cabin, a lonely cowboy and a brave young bride had found something rare in the West. Not conquest, but kindness.